In today's video, the tables are turned on Nikocado Avocado as Zac Choi and Stephanie Soo blow major holes in his side of the story. Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I hope you're having a fantastic day today. If you're a return subscriber, I really do appreciate your continued support. If you're new here and you enjoy these types of videos, be sure to subscribe to my channel. Everyone give this video a big thumbs up, click on that notification bell and select it to all. That way you'll be notified when I upload my next video. Before we get started, and as always, I do need to remind you guys that I am a drama commentary channel. I have opinions and I speak them freely. Opinions are not facts, they never have been facts, and they never will be facts. Now that I've gotten that out of the way, let's go ahead and dive in. For those of you who are unaware, popular mukbang YouTubers Stephanie Soo and Nikocado Avocado have been involved in a very public fight, both on YouTube and social media, that started just before Christmas. I will do a quick recap to get you all up to speed, but for a more detailed rundown of the situation, please check out my previous video, Nikocado Brawls Stephanie Soo, Who's Lying? I will be sure to link it at the end of this video and in the description box down below. On December 21st, Stephanie Soo uploaded a video called Why I'm Scared of Nikocado Avocado. In her video, she retold her most recent experience with Nikocado while he was in LA. While he was in town, he filmed several collaboration videos with Stephanie and fellow YouTube mukbanger Zac Choi. Stephanie claimed that while they were filming, Nikocado tried to get her to talk about mukbanger Veronica Wang and Shukbang, even though she said she didn't want to. Stephanie said that he manipulated, pressured, and bullied her to the point where she suffered a breakdown. She also said that he violated her privacy by taking pictures inside her home without permission. Zac Choi, who was attempting to stay out of the drama, uploaded this statement to his social media accounts regarding the situation. Hey guys, I have been flooded with messages and comments on all my socials about the recent upload from Stephanie Soo regarding Nikocado Avocado. The whole situation started the day before I was in the three-way collab with Stephanie and Nick. I had absolutely no way of verifying what was said between them from their first collab, which was never posted to Stephanie's channel, and so I had no right to jump into the conversation they were continuing on camera from the day before. When two grown adults are peacefully talking about events and their past that have nothing to do with me, I let them discuss it amongst themselves. How each party felt personally about what was said was not my business and wasn't even shared with me until after the camera cut. Both Nick and Stephanie have been great friends to me personally, so it breaks my heart to see two of my closest YouTube friends in drama. This is the reason why I asked to not be included and why I chose not to respond to the group chat. I just didn't feel it was my place and that my input wasn't needed. Everything else that happened in this situation took place without my knowledge, and I cannot speak for any of the other creators involved. I can see how some of you might be upset by my lack of action, and for that I am truly sorry that I couldn't be the positive role model you've come to expect me to be. After waiting over a week to respond, Nikocado uploaded his video called Replying to Stephanie Soo on December 30th. In his video, Nikocado claimed that Stephanie is a self-serving liar that planned this hit job from the very beginning. He said that he never forced Stephanie to discuss Veronica and showed screenshots showing that Stephanie wanted to do a whole docu-series on the entire situation. He also claimed that she knew that he took pictures inside of her home because she said it was okay and she was present when he did. After Nikocado uploaded his video, Zac Choi decided he couldn't stay silent any longer. Much to my surprise, he posted this second statement to his social media accounts. My explanation for the text. To be honest, I was taken back when I was invited to be a part of the docu-series. At that point in time, my friendship with Stephanie had not matured, and her request did hurt me a little because at the time I thought she wanted to use us for business reasons. Out of my own frustration as well as simply validating a friend's, Nick's, feelings, I said, I wonder who our actual friends are. This wasn't meant to imply that she has no friends for the sake of being cruel, but questioning my newly maturing friendship with her. At the end of the day, my words were hurtful and do not represent how I feel today. I have apologized to and supported Stephanie privately, but because my words were taken without my permission to publicly hurt and humiliate someone, I felt that I had to make a statement. Permission. A lot of people have been reaching out to see if I gave Nick permission to use screenshots of our private conversation in his video. Absolutely not. The conversation about Stephanie was prefaced by Nick saying, "Between you and me, what do you think?" At the very least, publicizing conversation past that point is ethically as well as morally questionable. My take on what happened. Nick never liked Stephanie from the beginning. This was obvious and stated in his response. In my opinion, Nick had already decided on 2 ways the collab would work. With that in mind, none of Stephanie's responses were going to satisfy Nick because I don't think she wanted to spill the tea in this setting. As soon as the camera cut on our 3-way collab, I immediately asked Nick why he was trying to expose Stephanie and that the T channels would certainly be uploading titles like Nikocado making Stephanie Soo uncomfortable for 5 minutes straight if he were to upload the video minimally edited as he normally does for his mukbangs. He didn't seem to understand why I was taking this position on the video until he watched the footage himself. The next day I would have been shocked had the collab still happened based on how uncomfortable Nick made Stephanie the night before, so the cancellation came as no surprise to me. By the time Nick asked Stephanie for a reschedule in the group chat, 4:57 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, he had already texted me privately that he was going to expose her at 4:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. This leads me to believe even further that his main priority was simply to expose her all along. A video with all of our texts from the day the collabs were cancelled has been posted. As you will see, Nick becomes increasingly aggressive as I didn't want to join him on condemning Stephanie in private. These texts demonstrate how difficult it is to voice an opposing opinion to his. Whenever I would disagree with him, I'd always have a looming fear he would get mad and use it against me. In my opinion, these are the only relevant private text messages which should be shared, as they are actually about the event in question and not from 3 months ago. Zac Choi didn't stop there. He also posted this text message exchange he had with Nikocado. Nikocado wrote, "Have you heard from Stephanie? Is she okay? We talked about filming this morning afternoon before you come over and I haven't heard anything. I hope she's okay. I don't know what to do. How are you feeling?" Zac responded, "Just woke up, laugh out loud. I haven't heard anything from Stephanie." And then Nikocado replied, "Have you heard anything since I called? Notice how her text to us didn't mention rescheduling. LMAO, I'm exposing her tonight." She beed and beed about Veronica over an hour to me, but wants to play the Love and Rainbows game like a PR statement and literally told me we'd talk about everything on my channel as I was the one who made the videos in the first place. So crappy she had to involve you like that. Zac replied, "Oh my god, keep me out of it, please." Nikocado responded, "I feel like she set me up, telling me to talk about Veronica and then turning around and saying she never wanted to talk about her to make me look bad." And then Zac replied, "I only heard what she said in front of me. If you make a video, don't involve me in it, laugh out loud." And then Nikocado replied, "Okay." And then Zac said, "I didn't talk to Stephanie until after we got off the phone." Nikocado replied, "Then why did you tell me she told you she was up editing all night? WTF? Come on, dude." And then Zac said, "That's what she told me when I got a hold of her." Nikocado replied, "Yes, before we talk." And then Zac replied, "You called me, then I said I'd reach out, then she hit me back and told me she edited all night." Nikocado replied, "Meanwhile, she had tons of messages from me at that point in time. She deliberately ignored me. I don't know what you're trying to say." Zac responded, "I'm just telling you the order of events. I don't know what's going on between you two." Nikocado replied, "Yep," which is different than she's painting it out to be. Zac replied, "But I'm not in the middle of it." And Nikocado said, "She types very carefully but messes up a little bit, ha ha ha." And then Zac replied, "It's between you both. You're both my friends. So I don't want to be involved and I don't want to pick sides." Nikocado responded, "Had I not made my IG post, she wouldn't even be saying this crap. I saw her IG was active for a long time. Anyways, I'm not mad at you. Don't worry." Zac responded, "OMG, I just read it." Nikocado replied, "If you don't want to be in the middle of it, you should communicate that to her. Literally all I've heard from her today was through you directly, so she seems very happy to bring you along. I get you don't want to be in the middle, but she's putting you there, laugh out loud. Plus, you're texting her too, so I don't know. Bringing you along? If she reschedules, I'd believe her, but she hasn't been very honest and it's just so rude." Zac responded, "I'm not texting her, laugh out loud. I'm staying out of it. You guys can settle this on your own." Nikocado posted a screenshot to which Zac replied, "Yeah, because you told me to see if she would answer. She answered, we're not having a convo." Nikocado said, "Then how does she know I have a lot scheduled? I told you that, not her." Zac replied, "I have no idea, because why would I tell her that? You probably said that to her. I'm not talking about you. That's the truth, man." Nikocado responded, "Also, if you see her message, she said she has all these deadlines, but in our collab she said she was freer than last Christmas. I'm watching the video now." Zac replied, "Literally, none of our convo about her has made it to her through me." Nikocado replied, "She just spins crap. I'm making my video anyways. She can easily make effort to reschedule. She literally told us she can film 3 times a day. Now she has all these sponsors that she didn't know about until last night, LMAO." Zach responded, "I'm not going to say anything you're telling me now, but this is also between you and her." So, it would seem that Nikocado wasn't as innocent as he pretends to be. Not only did he in fact purposely interrogate Stephanie about Veronica even though he told Zach he wouldn't, he took Zach's text messages without his permission and twisted it to fit his narrative. The following day, Nikocado uploaded a second video called Addressing Stephanie Soo Mukbang. In this video, he discussed the video he did on Stephanie Soo. It really wasn't all that interesting. He answered a few questions, ate a bunch of food, and didn't address anything regarding what Zac Choi had shared the day before. Far more interesting and telling was the video that Stephanie Soo uploaded just a mere 2 hours after Nikocado uploaded his. Her 53-minute How Nikocado Manipulated All of Us video was very eye-opening to say the least. Stephanie Soo brought the receipts exposing the lies that Nikocado spewed in his video. First, let's tackle the issue regarding Nikocado taking pictures inside of her home without permission. Stephanie says that she has security camera footage of Nikocado taking pictures alone, but she can't show the footage due to California state law without his permission. She asked Nikocado to give her permission to show that footage. We'll see if he does. She was, however, able to prove that he did in fact take a picture alone using his own receipt against him. If you zoom in on the monitor in the picture he took with Stephanie Soo in it, you can see Nikocado standing alone taking a picture according to Stephanie Soo. As for that picture he took, he was given the okay to take a close-up picture of the setup, not the entire kitchen. Stephanie Soo took to Instagram after her video to let everyone know that she will be taking legal action against Nikocado Avocado for posting the picture of her security monitor in his video. She wrote, "This is the last time I'll address this entire situation. He posted my security monitor on his video plus mentioned specific location information about my house in another video. Due to this, I have obtained attorneys to handle this matter going forward." Now on to whether or not Nikocado really did try to pressure Stephanie Soo into speaking about Veronica Wang. We've already gone over Zac Choi's text messages to Nikocado, but Stephanie also has her own conversation with Zac to share, but unlike Nikocado, she got permission to share them in her video. Here is what they discussed. In a conversation regarding the collab, Zac said, "I honestly don't think he cares that he's gonna look bad. Also, I don't think he gets it either. I was telling him the whole time after how it was gonna be perceived, but he didn't seem to get it and just chalked it up to his audience being dumb." Stephanie responded, "But all audiences are always smarter than the YouTuber thinks. I don't know why he thinks that." Zac responded, "That's what makes me think he doesn't care. It's so crazy too because I asked him privately if he was gonna go in about Veronica and he said no." Stephanie replied, "Oh my god, he didn't want me to get a effing heads up. I don't know if he doesn't care at all about me or if he thinks I'm a literal idiot." Okay, but dead butt, since now we know where he stands, does he actually like me or did he just want an effing video to try and expose me? Zac responded, "I'm literally asking myself the same exact question." Stephanie responded, "So, he didn't say anything to you. Our butts got played." Zac replied, "I asked him so many times what you guys would even talk about because he always said he'd stay away from Veronica because he knew it'd make you uncomfortable. That's why I was so surprised when he said you wanted to clear the air and talk about it. He made it look like you really wanted to talk about her so bad you planned the discussion ahead of time." Stephanie replied, "He said to me yesterday that all the comments are going to talk about Shookbong, so it would be stupid to act like we don't even know. And in my head, I'm thinking the last thing I want to do is him bring up some shady crap about Veronica like the hood comment and try to make it seem like I'm a 12-year-old giggling about it as if I hate her. But he effing made it seem like it was a Veronica video." And then Zac replied, "He had a title in mind, so what are we gonna do?" Zac replied, "I do remember telling him you were uncomfortable right after the camera stopped rolling and how it would look bad because he kept badgering you for information. We both also know how Nick would have reacted if I turned his camera off or interrupted the video." So, it's clear to me from their conversation that Nikocado 100% had every intention of bringing up Veronica Wang during the collaboration video, lied about it to Zac Choi so he wouldn't give Stephanie a heads up, pressured her during filming, and then left the footage out because he knew people would call him out for it. According to Stephanie Soo and Zac Choi, they were too scared to even bring up the situation with Nikocado for fear of what he would do, like expose them, which, as we all know now, is exactly what he planned to do to Stephanie Soo for not wanting to talk about Veronica and ghosting him. If we look back at a past conversation that Stephanie had with Nikocado, he was trying to get her to make a video on what happened a year ago. Stephanie responded back one time, but ignored him after that because he wouldn't let it go. Nikocado wrote, "Why do you think Veronica kept saying you told her to do that and that you agreed they were stolen? I read your comment, and if you didn't speak to her till after the fact, why was she straight up lying to all of your supporters about it?" Stephanie replied, "Hey, sorry, it was Christmas today and I just wanted to spend some time away from all of this. I can't speak for Veronica, but I would like to say this is something I don't want to be involved in or brought into, and I hope that I can speak for myself moving forward. But personally answering your question, I didn't and still don't support the copy strike, and I had no problem with Shukbang. I found out about the copy strikes through Shukbang's post. I spoke to Veronica after I found out. Even though I didn't agree with what she did, I still heard her out. I hope you can understand where I stand on this, and I would love to stay out of this situation since I believe I wasn't involved to begin with, but I hope you had a wonderful Christmas." Nick responded, "It must suck that it went from hearing her out to Stephanie agreed they were stolen and Stephanie agreed they should come down to also Stephanie said she wants to address this in her video. But you're saying you don't want to make a video and you don't want them to come down. Complete opposite of what she said you told her. I saw her on Sass post today saying she just generalized, but that's far from generalization because now all your subs are confused. Might be good to clear things up for everybody, just what I think. I know you don't want to be involved, feel so bad for you, but at the end of the day, she involved you and there's no going back. I don't want to speak for you, nor should she. And if you ignore it on your own page, your subs might feel hurt or draw conclusions. Most people do not read the comments." Stephanie didn't respond, and then Nikocado wrote, question mark, question mark. "Stephanie, I see you following my stories every day, but my messages go unanswered, laugh out loud. Question mark, question mark. Stephanie Soo did talk about the fact that she did want to do a docu-series regarding the Veronica Wang Shukbang situation, and as I stated in my previous video, and what is now confirmed by Stephanie, is that she wanted to do the docu-series with Veronica. She never wanted to do it without her because if she did, it would look like she was talking about Veronica behind her back. Stephanie did pitch the idea to Veronica when Veronica reached out to her back in August. "Hey Steph, I hope you're doing well. I know we left off on a really horrible foot, but I just wanted to let you know I've missed you. I also recently got accepted to a couple culinary schools in California, so I might be moving there for a year. I will be there this week looking at apartments and was wondering if you'd like to meet up for food to talk. Let me know your thoughts." Stephanie replied, "Hey, yeah, I know it's been forever since we last spoke. We did leave off on such a crappy way, but I'm glad you reached out. I know it's super awkward after everything that's happened, but I'm genuinely happy that things are going super well for you. Bottom of my heart, congrats on all your success with culinary school. Let me know what days you'll be here. I'd love to talk." Stephanie also wrote, "I'm glad we got to speak on the phone. I know we barely touched the surface on how we felt, but at least we know kind of where each other's minds are. I hope I communicated everything across well, but I do want to mention that I don't want the entire thing to be so past motivated, but also thought it would be interesting to show everyone your culinary journey and your true passion in food. Show different sides and dimensions to you that not everyone may necessarily know." According to Stephanie, Veronica shut her down, and that's why the docu-series never even started. She didn't want to be a part of it, so Stephanie scrapped it. The last thing that I would like to touch on that Stephanie brought up in her video was the Me Too movement and the concern many people had about her alluding to the fact that Nikocado may be a pred. Stephanie said that she never meant to insinuate that Nikocado was a pred with the video clip that she showed in hers. She said she was simply trying to expose his pattern of behavior of trying to or threatening to expose people publicly when he fails to get what he wants from them, essentially bullying and manipulating people to get what he wants. In a shocking turn of events, the person that Nikocado spoke of in that video came forward to tell his side of the story of their date and how he fears Nikocado as well. Here is what he told Stephanie Soo. This individual wrote, "Nikocado did it to me too. I am that boy that little Me Too video is about. I would love to talk to you about it. We have a lot in common. I have all the screenshots as well." Stephanie replied, "Hey, I got your email. I'm so sorry that something like this is how we're connecting for the first time, but thank you so much for reaching out. I'm not sure where to begin. I'm so sorry for what happened in New York. I'm sorry you had to watch a video being made about you like that because the night didn't go as planned. Are you okay?" This individual replied, "Yes, I was really not in the moment. I was so scared because he kept making all these posts about how he was going to tell this big story about me, and I kept begging him not to post anything about me because unlike him, I'm just a regular person with no level of fame." In the original video, he showed me but with an emoji over my face and proceeded to call me a loser. It was just so crazy because like he did to you, he made me feel so comfortable in person when we first met. We talked all night, and then when I left, he gave me a hug and said it was nice meeting you, and I said it was nice meeting him too, so I thought we left on good terms. Then on Snapchat, he told me he was pissed that I didn't hook up with him, and I was so confused because I thought we left happy. Then he went and filmed that rant video about me, and he got so much hate for it he took it down, and then he made another one about me, but once again he got hate and took it down. But it's scary because we filmed a regular video, so he has that footage of me, in addition to some naked pictures. I was happy when it was all over because he could have destroyed me, and still could. Stephanie replied, I don't really have the words. I am disgusted that someone abused their platform and voice to make you feel afraid for what was going to happen if he exposed you or your private conversations. There's a huge imbalance of power since he knew that you didn't have a large audience. I truly am so sorry for what he's done. If you need someone to talk to, I'm here. If you need anything to help you through this process and to stop feeling the fear of him having these private pictures hanging over your head, I'm here for you. This person responded, thank you so much. I just wanted to reach out to you because when I was watching your video, I understood all of it. He is a mental abuser and has serious mental problems. He did the almost exact same thing to the both of us, and it's so great that you made that video because I'm sure we are not the only people he did this to. So if you ever want to talk about it, I'm here too. If something comes up where he attacks you or something and you want me to tell my story, I would consider doing it because he really needs to be stopped. Wow, just wow. I feel just awful for that person. No one should ever have to live in fear. And now it's time for my 2 cents. I am so very glad that Stephanie came forward a second time. I feel that this follow-up video was so much stronger than her first one. Nikocado is very good at manipulating a story, and without her second video, more people would be going to his side because of the way he used his receipts to make it seem like she actually did him dirty, and people who aren't familiar with his past dramas would potentially fall for it. I'm not one to pick a side without hearing all sides of the story, and now that I've heard from Nikocado, Stephanie Soo, Zac Choi, and the individual that reached out to Stephanie, I have to say that I'm going to have to side with Stephanie Soo as of right now. Is she perfect and 100% innocent? No, and I went over the things that bothered me in her first video in my previous video, but despite those issues, I feel like Nikocado is wrong. Nikocado Avocado loves drama, and he said this many times himself in his own videos. In fact, he said so in his second video regarding Stephanie Soo. He claims that he is a huge scaredy cat in real life, and that may be the case, but I don't think that he's at all scared to start drama. Just look at his past behavior. Veronica Wang, Shook Bong, his failed date, Trisha Paytas, it goes on and on. The screenshots that both Zac Choi and Stephanie Soo showed me that Nikocado does not like not getting his way. He refuses to listen when people ask him to leave them out of it or let it go. Zac Choi specifically asked him not to involve him in the drama, so what does Nikocado do? Shows the entire world screenshots of Zac's conversation in his video without his permission. What kind of a friend does that? I 100% believe that Nikocado tried to pressure Stephanie Soo into talking about Veronica Wang and Shook Bong, knowing full well she didn't want to in order to expose her. He wanted to start drama because he loves it. I find him to be two-faced, pretending to like people only to stab them in the back. Stephanie showed clips of numerous times where Nikocado acted like he liked her, saying that he loved her, but then talking crap about her and saying he never liked her behind her back to Zac Choi. It's also highly concerning to me that Nikocado is so ready and willing to expose people in order to get what he wants. I think other creators, or anybody for that matter, need to be cautious when considering collabing with him in the future. I think that Nikocado needs to step away for a bit and reevaluate his life choices. In general, he may be a nice guy, and I genuinely hope he learns and grows from this, and I wish him only the best. But the fact of the matter is that he's highly immature, engaging in high school type drama at his age. If he doesn't change, he's going to burn any bridges he has left, and that would be sad. I will not be covering this drama again if he decides to respond yet again because frankly, I'm over it. I don't want to feed his desire to keep the drama going. The more we talk about it, the more views are going to go to him. The only reason I made this video was to help Stephanie Soo spread her side of the story. I urge you all to go check out her video, and I'll be sure to link it down below. So, who do you all find yourself siding with? Is it Stephanie Soo or Nikocado Avocado? Let me know in the comments down below. And remember to be respectful in the comments. We all have our own opinions, and we can express them like mature adults. Thank you. Well, that's going to do it for today's video. Again, I'd like to thank you all so much for spending some time with me today. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Remember, if you are new here, be sure to subscribe to my channel. Everyone give this video a big thumbs up, and I will see you very shortly on the next one. Bye!